Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the Montreal Canadiens franchise series. We're here on July 6th, 2022, a few days after free agency. As you saw in the last episode, we signed Hampus Lindholm, and I left it at the end of the video asking you guys what I should do, whether I should sign Philip Forsberg or not. I didn't really get any answers on that, so I think I'm just going to do what I was planning on doing anyways from the start, which will be hopefully signing him. Let's see how many years and how much money he wants. I believe he wants 8.025. So if we can sign him at 8.5 for 7 years is a lot, but he's only 27, and we're in win mode right now. We're a champion status, so we're championship contenders, and we just need to sign him, hopefully, because we need a good right. Well, he's a left winger technically, but we're gonna play him on the right, so we need him for sure. So yeah, we need him for sure to play either on our right or left wing. But he's gonna be a first liner. It says he's a 93, but I think he might be an 89. And 8.5 is not terrible, but we only have 6.425 million cap space, so we're gonna need to trade some players. And like I said in the last video, since we signed Hampus Lindholm, we may as well trade Oscar Klefbom now. And I think I have an idea on what kind of players I want to get. Hopefully some rookies or younger players that can play on our third line, because obviously, what's his name left? Nikita Sherbak. We did sign Ryan Poehling though for 2 years. I did not notice that, but when I looked at the contracts, I thought he rejected for sure, but he actually accepted. We gave him a 2.2450 million contract for 2 years for an 80 overall. It's quite a bit of money, but hopefully he grows. He's a top 6 potential, so I didn't want to lose him for nothing. But yeah, these two are the players that I'm looking to trade, and I was doing a little bit of pre-scouting, and a couple players jumped up to me that can potentially play on our third line here: Lundestrom, Sam Steele, or Troy Terry. So Troy Terry is the older one out of them two. He is 81. He's not going to grow too much, it seems like. So I'm going to try and get Sam Steele, who's a top 6, 24, 82 already. Decent stats. He's a third liner. And Lundestrom, who's also a third liner. I don't think he's played in the NHL this year, has he? Yeah, he played in the AHL last year, so he's only 22, so he may grow during the offseason. He makes 1.955, and Steele makes 3.620, sorry. So that might be quite a bit of money. So actually, let me see here. Lundestrom and Steele are two of my options, but I was also looking at the Oilers. They have a player that interests me a lot, and his name is, he's a right winger, I believe. Yeah. Oh, I thought he... Okay, when last time I checked, he was actually on the trade block, but he's no longer in the trade block. But he doesn't have that much value here. Jesse Puljujarvi, right winger, 1 year left, 24 years old, so he's still quite young. He had 46 points last year, so I don't know exactly how good he is, but he only makes 3.380. Obviously, we're going to have to sign him next year. But I think he may be a player that would be good for us to get. Edmonton has the cap space. We'd be getting rid of about $3 million if we make this trade here. So let's see if this would go straight up. The trade values are about the same, and they don't want Klefbom, so let me see here. Should I try it, or should I save Klefbom for another trade? Let me see. Klefbom is not enough, just a little bit less. But let's see if they want anybody else from our team here. Skaters matching the block. No one really too crazy. Let's see, goalies. Do they want any of our goalies? This medium elite guy. I mean, we do have the option of getting rid of one medium elite goalie now that we have two medium elites and one medium franchise. Let's see, when was this guy picked? 4th round 2021, and when was this guy picked? 3rd round 2022. So let me think about it a little bit here. The Kaiser, if I put the Kaiser with Clefbaum, the Kaiser has already more value than Puljujarvi. So I'm just thinking, because if I get Puljujarvi here, and but the Kaiser is so much value, I think that might be a reach. Puljujarvi. Oh my God, let me think here. He might be able to play on our 2nd or 3rd line. I don't know exactly how good he is though. Only 1 bar for 78. Should I try and make it, guys? I think I will, honestly. We should have enough cap space to have him, and then we'll trade Clefbaum for obviously maybe a 1st rounder or something, that we may be able to pick up something better than a medium elite goalie, because I've been able to pick up these medium elite goalies in the 2nd, 3rd, even 5th round. So I think this is a calculated risk, in my opinion. We're going to give him a medium elite goalie. I don't think they have too many good goalie prospects, so they definitely need goalies. So let's see if this will work out. Trade accepted. Okay, so they're kind of cocky here, saying I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, as it were. So Edmonton gladly accepts. Okay, that's fine. We do have Puljujarvi now, though, and that's really good in my opinion. I think he's signed, right? Let me see here quickly. We're kind of taking calculated risks here. Puljujarvi, where is he? Okay, so he still has 1 year at 3 point, and he's still an RFA, so he's still property of us. Hopefully he's better. Hopefully he's at least 82 or 83. So yeah, hopefully he's 82, 83. But we have to keep going here. Now it's time to trade Clefbaum, and then Armia as well. So let me take a quick look here and who is available here. So defense, we might be able to get the Anaheim prospect as well. Lundestrom here. Where is he? Oh, not defenseman. Lundestrom, 22. How much does he make? 1.9. So he makes 2 million. We'd be saving about 2.5 million. I mean, we did get Puljujarvi, but yeah, we would have 6 million in the cap space. And then once we trade, what's his name there, Armia, after, we might be able to save even more money. If we get a 2nd rounder with that, I think this may go through. Clefbaum for Lundestrom and a 2nd rounder. Let's see if this would work. Yeah, I think a 2nd round is fine, right? What do you guys think? Or maybe a 2nd and a 3rd? A 2nd and a... No, I think let's see if we can get a 4th. I mean, they don't really want to give away any of these other players. So 2nd and a 4th for Clefbaum and Lundestrom. Lundestrom still has 2 years, top 6 potential. He hasn't played in the NHL, but I think he may be able to be a wild card to play on our team here. So let's see. Trade accepted. Okay, so I'm happy to accept this proposal. So we've gotten rid of Clefbaum. Now the last player we need to get rid of is Joel Armia here. Honestly, I would trade anything. I would honestly get anything for Armia. Let's see. The Coyotes want to get rid of any of their picks here. A 3rd? Let's see if a 3rd would work out. Trade accepted. Okay, so we got Armia for a 3rd. Now we have about $8 million in cap space. We might be able to afford Forsberg now, I hope at least. I wasn't really planning on getting Puljujarvi. I was trying. My #1 target was, what's his name? I can't think right now. Sam Steele and Lundestrom. We did get Lundestrom, but maybe I should have waited to get Lundestrom. But we did need to get him right away, I guess, because we needed to trade Clefbaum. But yeah, I guess I could have waited to get Puljujarvi. But let's see. If we offer 8.455 for Phil Forsberg, let's see if this would work out. Because we do need him right away. We're competing against a lot of teams here. 8.4. We would offer him all of our budget. I mean, all of our salary cap left. Let's see if I can trade any other cap dump players here. This is interesting here, guys. Let me just give me a second. I wanna make sure that we're actually gonna have enough cap. Sorry, I'm just thinking while I'm talking here. Victor Mete 80 2.125. I do like Victor Mete a lot though. So you know what? I'm gonna just offer 8.455, and then whatever happens, happens. We may need to make some moves next year, but I'm just gonna offer up Philip Forsberg what he wants. 8.44. Yeah, 8.45. How much can we afford? Yeah, 8.455. He should accept that. It's been 6 days and he hasn't accepted any offers. We're competing against Nashville, Florida, and Arizona. Hopefully this works out. I'm praying it does, because otherwise we basically traded all those players for nothing. So let's see. Let's advance a couple days here, guys. Okay, Philip Forsberg accepted. We offered him quite a bit of money, but I think we're basically done now. Let's see if we can even sign any other free agents, or can we only sign... Yeah, we have like less than $1 million to sign anybody else. Cal Foot's still here. I mean, if someone signs Cal Foot, he wants 4.425. So if somebody does, they're gonna give us a first rounder at least, even a second and a third. Actually, I don't know. Maybe a first and a second, or a second and a third, or something. I don't know how much 4.425 is for the compensation rules, but I'm just gonna actually evaluate my team and see if we're gonna need any AHL players. So just give me a second here. Alright guys, here trying to sign just an AHL defenseman, Jacob Cederholm. I offer sheeted him. Obviously he didn't make enough money, so to me for me to even give up any picks. So Winnipeg didn't decide to match, so we got Cederholm for free. So that's good news. The problem now though is that we don't have any cap space, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, I mean, do we even 0.925, so I guess I do have cap space, but I gotta sign guys for less than 9.25. So let me just see here. We need two-way contract defensemen. So Jeremy Lauzon, I can give him a contract hopefully. One-way 7th defenseman, that's alright. Let's see here. Let's see, let me see if I can sign another AHL guy here. I guess I gotta do one day at a time or something, cause okay, so these guys, I guess I just have to sign one guy at a time because I don't have enough cap space. Since they're all two-way guys, it's always gonna be 0.925 cap space because they're not gonna be on our AHL team, but I have to sign them one player at a time. So let's see, two-way, Engren, Helvig, backup. Let's sign this Helvig guy. Why not? 25, backup. 1 year, two-way. Let's see if this would go. This will happen. I mean, so we're really against the cap space here. We may need to make some moves, but I want to figure out what our overall for our players are first. So Helvig accepted. Now we do have our AHL starter goalie now. Alright, just signing Jordan Osterley or Justin Osterley, I don't even know what his name is, but he's basically just going to be a depth guy or an AHL top 2 guy. So that's that. Let's see how many contracts we have now. 41 out of 45. Let's see here. I just want to make sure we have enough players to start the season. I know we needed some AHL defensemen, so let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Osterley's gonna go down. Romanov, actually, Osterley can stay. Romanov's gonna go down, and that's it. So Romanov is 1. Myers is 2. Fleury's 3. Brook is 4. Jar is 5. So yeah, we need a couple more AHL defensemen actually. Let's see the goalies. We have Price Odinger in the system. We have Booth. Oh, Booth didn't even sign, did he? Okay, so we have to sign another AHL guy. Actually, let's offer Booth a contract. Yeah, okay, so he wants 1 year, 2-way. So before he wanted actually 1-way. So he should accept that. We'll also simulate a couple days now just so for him to accept. Like I said, we need to sign one player at a time because we don't have enough money. So Booth accepted, perfect. And now we're gonna sign a couple more AHL guys. So let's see, 2-way AHL guys. So let's see here, Kukan, Lindbom. Let's see. Siegenthaler actually might be a good low top 4. Why not? 900,000 for 1 year. Let's see here. Okay. If he accepts, that'll be great. So let's simulate a couple days here. It's kind of annoying how I have to sign one player at a time, but I literally don't have any cap space left. So Siegenthaler accepted, so that's going to be another AHL guy. And then my last AHL contract. Actually, let's see if there are any other interesting 2-way AHL guys here that are kind of young. Low elite. Okay, so I'm going to sign this guy for sure to an entry-level contract. Why not? And then, let's see. I should have done this before, actually. I'm not going to do all contracts. Okay, so how much does Niku want? Does he actually want a big boy contract? He does not, so I'm going to sign him as well. Actually, I need to sign him after. But Niku's going to be a player that I also sign, and that's it. So I'm going to try and sign this low elite first. Let's do 1 day at a time again. And Nico will be... Okay, so he decided to go with the Rangers, which is unfortunate. But okay, let's just try and sign Niku now. Where are you? Okay. So let's offer him a contract. Bump it up a little bit, 8.25 for 1 year. 2-way. He'll play in our AHL. He accepted, okay. Now, lastly, let's try and find an AHL forward that can play on our first line with maybe even, what's his name here? Glebov, who is a player that may actually start with us, but we'll see. Low top 9, bottom 6. So a couple of these guys, but they probably don't have the overall actually, so I want a player that's good enough to play with us in the AHL. So either Colborne, Kirby Reichel once again actually. He did want a big boy contract once, I think when he was with us, but he doesn't anymore, so that should be good, I think. That should be enough. Come on, accept now. Okay, so Reichel accepted. I may need to sign a couple more guys just for the AHL. I just don't want to mess it up, guys. So let's see here. 2-way forwards. So Jacob De La Rose is on here again. That's funny. Di Giuseppe, William Carrier actually might be a player that we can use. I think that might be it. Actually, maybe one more D-man after this, after when Carrier accepts. So sorry, this is taking way too long, but I just want to make sure that we have complete rosters and we're covered if we get any injuries during the season. So a lot is going to depend also on how our players grow during the off season. Like we still have to wait for Puljujärvi. Who else? Puljujärvi. Okay, I'm going to sign this Walfredson guy. 23, 7th defenseman potential. So I'm going to sign him to 1 year. Oh, okay. I guess I have to sign him to an entry-level contract. That's fine. But yeah, like I was saying, I want to wait until we figure out what our players are. Puljujärvi's potential, not potential, but overall we need to figure out. He's medium elite. Hey, it's me again, your boss. I just wanted to check in with you to see if we have any kind of plan to deal RFA Callan Foot. He qualified players back in June 2nd, and they still haven't signed in the past 6 weeks, so That's still something that we will figure out when the season starts. Like I said, I want to make sure that Puljujarvi, that we know Puljujarvi's overall. Same with Glebov. Same with a lot of the young guys. Even Paling might be able to grow a little bit during the offseason. So I think we have our team ready now. Let me see how many contracts I have. 47 out of 50. So that's perfect. So I'm just going to simulate to the season now. And I'll bring you guys back once that's ready. Alright guys, here we are right before year 5. And look at our freaking forward lines. Phil Forsberg, Tyler Seguin, Jonathan Drouin for the first line, Ryan Suzuki, Kotkaniemi, Max Domi, Puljujarvi, Victor Rask, Gallagher, Glebov, Paling, and Lundestrom. I want to see who's better at faceoffs. 82 for Paling. Lundstrom has 78, but obviously they're not fully developed. Not developed, but we don't know exactly how good they are. And their decor looks much better as well. Lindholm replaces Clefbaum. 89 for Lindholm, 86 for Hamilton, 84 and 84, and 83 and 80. Hopefully Mete can get better. We'll see. And then for the scratch players, you only have Osterley. I may look to sign I don't know, a player that can slot in for Glebov or one of these fourth liners here. So I think our team is looking pretty good in my opinion. Let's see. Yeah, we definitely don't have any money to sign anybody else anymore. But we're looking good. So Foot actually has dropped his price to 1.650. That's actually a steal in my opinion. But we'll just wait a couple more weeks before anything happens. I just want to do the two-way here. Do we know any of these guys' overalls? We don't. Let me actually take a look at the AHL lines and see if we can bring up one of our AHL players down to, or up to the AHL, to the NHL, sorry, I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, so Carrier, Hillis, Sundqvist. Where are these guys here? Brendan Dubnyk, low elite. Okay, so hopefully he can start on the fourth line, I guess. Who are our scratch players? Okay, so Olofsson definitely needs to play here, and Ryan Suzuki does as well. There's no way both of these guys are not playing here. Suzuki I might even want to put instead of Mersch here. Baldwin is also a player that we have. So Baldwin actually might get the first line time. Reichel, Hillis, Suzuki, Bitton. Okay, so who are the scratch players? We obviously have a lot, I'm sure. Caleb O'Brien actually might be able to play this year. I didn't even know he was on here yet. So Caleb O'Brien actually I'm going to look to play right now instead of Dubnyk, low elite, Grenier. Who should we put here? Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna replace Bitton by our man here, Caleb O'Brien. He's a medium elite, so we want him to play. He's gonna play on his natural right-hand side. So I think this looks a lot better, in my opinion. Our defense score looks like this. And see that Siegenthaler, Myers, Niku, Lauzon, Cederholm, Fleury. So actually, this is a stacked freaking decor. Do we even have room for Romanov? Where is Romanov? Is he playing? Josh Brook isn't even playing either. Okay, so let me actually go up here again. So where is Romanov? Let me go back to roster moves here. In the system, D-man. Oh, Romanov is on here, so I don't know what's going on. Go to edit lines here. So maybe instead of Cederholm, I can put Romanov. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, Romanov is up here. So Romanov is for sure going to play. Ahead of Niku, ahead of Siegenthaler as well. So Lauzon can play here. Oh, Siegenthaler is also lefty, so. So we definitely have definitely a log jam on the AHL decor here. So what I'm thinking, instead of just letting some of these guys like this Waldfriston, actually Waldfriston can stay, but Brook, Lamarche, Cedarholm, Brook, Culkin, Melanson, Jar even. I may look to trade them for an AHL guy, so, or maybe a fourth line forward that has a two-way, so we can bring up one of those guys, or even have Carrier play, because Carrier is supposed to be a bottom six NHL forward, or we have Kirby Reichel as well. But yeah, if we can bring some AHL help for these for those two demon that we're not going to use, we might as well do that, right? So just give me a second, let me find a quick trade here. 1 second. Alright guys, so it was actually too hard trying to find an AHL guy, so I'm just going to find him in free agency, or even not even do anything. So I'm going to try and trade this Jar guy, low top 4, so it's not going to be anything crazy. And Josh Brook, who's not even playing, for a second rounder from St. Louis. Let's see if this would work out. Trade rejected. Okay, so they don't want to give away their second, so a third, a fourth, and a fifth. Let's see if this would work out. It should definitely work out now. So actually, let me see if they have a, what's it called, an AHL guy maybe. Let's see, that we know is overall. That'll be perfect. So let's take a look at two ways. So they have Hopkins and Hebert. Who else? Do we know anybody's overall here? Nicholas Raw actually might be a player that we get instead. Nick Roy, Johansson, Pekka, Arkhipov, Tarasenko. Okay, no. So let's get Nicholas Raw actually instead. Why not? A third, a fourth, and a fifth, and Nicholas Raw for 2 young defensive prospects. Trade accepted. Okay, there we go. So we did get our player now. Hopefully he can play with us maybe in the top 2 lines. I don't know. This may be a little bit of a gamble, because we don't know how good. Should we bring Kirby Reichel? I think I'm going to bring Carrier up. Let's see here. Grenier, O'Brien, Zarnik. Let me see who I can bring up. Let me go to roster moves quickly here. Roster moves. And I'll bring Carrier, I think, up. He can just be our scratched forward. It doesn't matter. Or William Carrier, he doesn't even play. He won't even play, so it doesn't matter. Sorry, it doesn't matter. And then, let's see. Yeah, that should be perfect. Okay. So, yeah, added lines in the AHL here. So I'm going to bring Reichel up, Mersch up, and then I'm going to have Nicholas Raw here. Why not? We don't know how good he is, but I suspect he's better than Will Bitton. So Nicholas Raw, Zarnik, all those guys. Extras, let's see. What do they need here? 3-on-3? Okay, Nicholas Raw, will put him on. Okay, where is he? Oh, we'll put Suzuki, whatever, why not? Okay, that's good enough. Alright. So those line changes will be done in the next episode. So I just want to simulate all preseason, and maybe a couple months, or not a couple months, 1 month into the season, I will do, our team is pretty much set up, so I don't need to do any line changes or anything. I will just simulate all of preseason just now, and see, just see if we unlock any of these overalls for our players. So we lose our first game 5-1, so doesn't matter. It's only preseason. But I would like us to bounce back quickly. Okay, we do. 5-3 win. So not bad, not bad. Another win against the Florida Panthers. It looks like we get another win as well. Okay, Brendan Lemieux has been tender qualified. You do not have the necessary salary cap to match your offer. You have 6 days to free applicate. Okay, so let's just take the compensation. We basically get Lemieux for a 3rd round pick. I will take that, honestly. Why not? And then also, so if Lemieux was 1.6 and he accepted that, I wonder what Cal Foot will be, because he was asking for 4 or 5 million, so he might even be a first rounder or something. So, okay, so teams must be salary cap compliant to start the season. Okay, so we finish our preseason with a 5-1-1 record. Let's take a quick look here at if we've unlocked any of these players' overalls. Hopefully we have. I don't think we will, but yeah, we didn't, obviously, so that's fine. Actually, we did unlock Puljujärvi's. Well, we know more about him. He is around 82 overall, so that's pretty good. That was a good trade that we traded the young goalie for him. Glebov looks like he's still 79, so it's good. He's going to be a fourth-line player. He's listed as a depth forward, but he's going to play on our fourth line. Ryan Poehling, 81, went up to an 81, so that's good. And then let's see our defense. Mete looks like he stayed up at an 80, so that's not what I wanted to see. If during the first month of the season, if Mete is not producing, I'm going to look to trade him and then sign Cal Foot. So let me just take a quick look at our special teams, and I'll bring you guys back once I have that ready, so just give me a second here. Alright guys, so let me just quickly show you the power play, which is usually what matters the most here. So we have a stacked first line power play: Forsberg, Sagan, Durant, Kotkaniemi on the point, and Hamilton. Actually, I may look to get Kotkaniemi here instead. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna keep it like that. Durant on the right wing, and then Kotkaniemi. He's a two-way forward, so I think he's more suited. Well, more suited in my opinion than Durant on the point here. We have Domi, Gallagher, and Suzuki. I prefer Suzuki over what's his name, Puljujärvi, because Suzuki actually tore it up last year. These are the four-line power plays. PK, I didn't really take a look at that too much. Like I said, we're only going to do 1 month, and that's mainly just for us to get to know our the overalls of our players. So if we need to make any changes after the first month, we will. But let's just simulate here a couple weeks all the way up to this Edmonton game. Hopefully we know our overalls, or the overalls for our players. So waivers will be okay. So waivers are on now. Now that the preseason amateur scouts. Okay, so let me just do the scouts really quickly here. Alright guys, so we're on our way here to start the season. First game against the Islanders. We lose in a shootout. We win against Ottawa though, so we're 1-0-1. Nice little 2-game away trip to the New York and Ottawa. We're 2-0-1 now. We lose against the Canucks, 2-1-1. Can we beat the Tampa Bay Lightning at home? We do, 3-1-1, so that's what I wanted to see. Let's keep winning here, guys. The Laval Rockets also 3-1-1, so that's good news. We have a couple, what's his name? We have a couple young prospects there, so that we want to see you succeed. So this is the top players here for the NHL entry draft. Obviously, I don't have anybody scouted, but we will do that throughout the season. This video is mainly just to get to know our team, since we've made a couple changes. But we're 5-1-1, so we're doing good. Okay, so we're here right before the Edmonton game. Let me just check to see if we have the overalls unlocked here. So let's see. So we do. Okay, so Forsberg is an 89, which is what I was assuming right away. I basically had an idea that he's an 89, 88, even 90 max. But our first line actually looks like a real first line now that we moved Gallagher down. So 88, 91, and 89. Domi has been relegated to the second line. Actually, he was always on the second line with Kotkaniemi and Suzuki. Suzuki's 84, but only 3 lines, so he may be a bit better. We don't know his full overall just yet. Gallagher also may be an 85 or lower. Hopefully he's more, but we'll see. Now, Rask stayed at an 83. Puljujärvi went up to an 83 from an 82 when we looked at him before. Lundström went up to an 82, so that's good news. He was an 80 when we first acquired him. Ryan Poehling is up to an 81, so I think we knew this. But Glebov, we didn't know that he was going to be 81 overall, so he's now a third-line scoring forward. We're going to keep him on our fourth line just for now. On the D-core, we have Honka went up to an 85, and Mete went down to a 79. So we're actually going to be looking to trade Mete. He hasn't gotten any better, and he makes $2.125 million. So with this money, we might be able to sign Callan Foot now. So I'm definitely glad that Honka went up to top 4, roll top 4 at 85. Sandheim unfortunately didn't get better, but they're both still at 26, so they may be able to get a little bit better moving forward here. So we do know most of our players overalls now. Price is still at 92. Odinger went up to an 85, which is great. It's nice to see that he's gotten better. Price is a 35-year-old goalie now, though, so time is pressing. We need to win with him, hopefully as soon as possible. Let's see if we have our forward lines for the AHL ready. So Brian Baldwin is an 78. So he's knocking on the NHL door here right now pretty soon. Nicholas Ross, 74. I was guessing he was either 75, 76. That's kind of disappointing. Caleb O'Brien is a 70, so I'm glad we're playing him. And Brendan Dubnyk is a 68. So hopefully O'Brien, Dubnyk, and Baldwin can grow during the season. So now my plans for Price are basically not to trade him until basically he starts to drop. Because when he starts to drop, he's going to drop tremendously. But in my opinion, like, Price has been playing in pretty good with us, like, for the years that we've done the season. We've done the simulation here in the franchise mode, so I'm not in a hurry to trade him. We have Odinger to back him up, and we also have a medium franchise as well. So we're gonna trade him, obviously, but we're not gonna let him drop. When he starts drop, we're gonna trade him because we want to maximize the return of the value that we're gonna get for Price. Obviously, it's going to hurt a little bit, but yeah. So let's just do this simulation really quickly here. Last 3 games. Romanov for second and a third. Let's see here. For second and a third. I may revisit this. I don't want to make any trades right now, but that's pretty interesting. Romanov is a medium top 4. He is 22, so he might be able to grow a little more. So I'm going to wait off on that, but let's just keep in mind that that's an offer on the table. Last 3 games, we lose against the Buffalo Sabres in overtime. Can we beat the Columbus Blue Jackets? We do. And last game against Boston, can we do that? We do. We lose. Okay, so we're 6-3-2. Pretty decent start, though, in my opinion. Better than the starts we've had in the past. We've usually had to fight back to get into the playoffs. Right now, we're currently in the playoffs, sitting 3rd right now. So let's just take a quick look at our players and how they're doing. Nick Suzuki, once again, just killing it. Point per game, 4 goals, 7 assists for 11 points. Drouin has 9 points. Kotkaniemi, it's nice to see that he's playing good, 9 points. Sagan, 8 points. He's kind of starting like last year, not incredibly good, but he's going to bounce back. I know that. He's probably going to be a point-per-game player. Gallagher playing good on the 3rd line. Domi playing decent. Lindholm's doing good. Forsberg I wanted a lot more out of. Only 5 points out of 11 games, but the season's still early. And those are the rest of our players. Puljujarvi only 1 goal. We may try to get him into the power play, but we'll see. Or even the penalty kill if he has some decent defensive stats. And yeah, that's it. Ortio, he's not producing too much for us, so kind of worrying. Next episode, we're probably going to trade Mete and sign Cal Foot, but I'm going to leave it at this now, guys. This is enough for one episode, in my opinion. We've done the free agency. Actually, we finished the free agency, and we started 1 month of the season, so this is enough. Let's see if we got the rest of the overall. Okay, so Gallagher went down to an 84, which is pretty annoying. He might be a player that we look to trade as well. He makes 5.5 for the next 2 years. Now that we signed Philip Forsberg, we may keep Gallagher for this year and then try and trade him at the draft next year. Hopefully, he can help us win the Stanley Cup this season. Suzuki 84, so he stayed at an 84, and then Mete obviously is 79. So that's not bad, but let's see these other players actually. Okay, so the team here is fully set up. Ryan Suzuki went up to 74. And Nicholas Roy was actually a 76. That's pretty good. And Dubnyk and O'Brien. Okay, so that's good. let's see. Romanov actually went up to 79, so good thing we didn't trade him. He has a top 6 defensive role. Who else? And then that's it. So Myers never actually grew. I was kind of hoping for him to be NHL ready by now, but it's just not going to happen, it looks like. But yeah. So I'm going to leave it at this, guys. We simulated the first month. Let me know what you guys think of our signings and if you think we overpaid too much for Forsberg. I think we may have, but you know what? It is what it is. We need to compete for the Stanley Cup this season. And we can trade players like Domi, Gallagher, and even some of our D-men as well, like Mete. And we also have to sign Calfoot, as you guys know. So I'm going to leave it on November 1st, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you enjoyed. Have a good one.